Now, podcasting around the world, this is Zero Context.
Alrighty. Put your fucking phone away, I'm just kidding. Welcome back, Zero Context. I didn't realize how long it's been since the last one. The last one was Chong. When was that? That was like June?
Was it June?
I feel like it was June. So it's been a minute since we've...
Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, you've been super busy though, so, yeah.
I've been busy, but there's no excuse for us to not do a fucking pod though.
Well, life
Oh, I mean,
gets in the
well,
way.
for you, there are multiple excuses. Many that we could bring up now, but we're not going to do it.
The new job has got me really busy. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. So Gilly's got a new job. He's loving it. Obviously, not going to talk about what you do.
No. Yeah. It's a different field altogether. But yeah, it's been a journey to say the least.
Yeah. Let's start with that actually.
So yeah, I mean, I guess it's not really the cat's out of the bag. I'm just no longer in the gel ball industry.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, so completely out of it. Do I miss it? I would say I miss a bit of the community. I miss the freedom that I kind of had in terms of, the creative content sort of side of things. I don't miss what would be the right word to use? I don't miss the stress of social media in terms of trying to,
Like managing it.
Yeah, just managing it, getting, those algorithms, those views. I mean, that particular industry is so difficult in terms of succeeding social media wise. You need to pump a buttload of money in order to get those views high up there. And if you don't, you suffer. Because Google is notorious. They are very strict when it comes to anything gun related, whether it be toys or not.
Oh yeah, no, that's true. Well, who is it? LMCT. They spend $1 million a month on their ads.
Yeah.
Which I was thinking about it. They probably don't even really. I mean, it definitely would help, but I feel like they probably don't need to do that anymore.
Oh God, no. I mean, just
like their ads still pop up, and Adrian's still doing. Incredibly well.
The brand itself now is just so recognizable.
Yeah.
So you're right. They don't need it. But in terms of the global industry, I mean, there's only really one company still that I would think that pumps a buttload of money when it comes to that sort of side of things.
Who? Wait, who are you?
I'm referring to TechEdge. TechEdge is still,
TechEdge.
They're the only ones that really pump a buttload of money. And that's because they're the only big company out there, realistically.
Yeah.
All the other smaller companies have kind of merged into, I guess, under their umbrella. A lot of companies. There's still a few independents, but a lot of companies have merged in.
Yeah. So how long have you been out of the industry for? This is going to lead into something else I'm about to say.
It would be now since end of May.
Okay, so when did old mate from I can't even remember what store it was, call you out for it? Because what I want to get to the point is like
GBU, yeah.
So someone from GBU called out Gilly for a rap.
At first, I found it funny, but then after
it was funny.
It was funny, and it was very lighthearted. However, when I responded back, because I had a chat with the owner about this, and I said, hey, look, I can do a response. That's fine. It's going to take time, because they did specify on that comment on that particular video, the supposed diss track that they did on me, that they will put money if I did a response. Yeah. So and this is before I even knew about the video being out. So when I said, hey, look, if I do a response, what's the deal with money? He's like, look, we'll deal with that, later privately. But if you do a response, that's fine. You go back at me, I go back at you, and, we'll kind of do a vice versa. And I was just thinking, man, I don't know, I just had a feeling like the money thing wasn't going to happen. And it kind of came to a conclusion where he pretty much stated, look, it sounded like it wasn't going to happen. So I thought, well, what the fuck, man? Why call my name out? Like, technically, it genuinely did feel, and this is my opinion, that they were just trying to ride my coattail and generate some sort of buzz, because for whatever reasons.
Yeah.
The response that I did do, they claimed that it was a little bit too hard. And they were afraid that I might.
What was the comment you made? You were like, this is the best product they've ever put out.
Yeah,
Is that what they were
exactly.
mad at?
Yeah. Like I said,
It's not that bad.
Like
It's obviously a joke. It's obviously a
it
joke.
was, it was a joke. It was a little jab. I didn't, I might have had a serious face, but everyone knows me. I'm literally a kidder, and if they're going to talk about, making me assume the position and doing certain things while I'm assuming the position, then I'm sure they can take a joke by me saying that little response or rap video or diss video is the best product they've ever put out.
Yeah.
So
what I was thinking was they've called you out, but like they've called you out in an industry you're not really a part of anymore.
Exactly.
And I guess let's give them the benefit of the doubt. You didn't really make like a massive
not this time
announcement. Hey guys, I am leaving. So we'll give them that. They didn't know.
I think I've got PTSD in terms of that, because last time I tried to do something like that, my live got deleted by a certain company because they just, what was it? They didn't want the image of me being ruined or some bullshit reason. I mean, and of course I'm talking about Tackage. I don't care anymore. So I thought this time around I'm just gonna leave quietly, and it is what it is.
Yeah, that's all good. Well, yeah, that's what I wanted to kind of talk about. What job you're in now. It's completely unrelated to.
Yeah, I mean, right now, look, right now, I've got no qualms. I mean, look, I'm actually in the power industry, out of all places. So, corporate, I'm actually in a corporation. I don't know who would trust me in corporation, but hey, I'm corporate Gilly now, I guess.
Is that going to be a new handle, corporate Gilly?
No, ain't going to be a handle, man. It's so weird, man, going into a corporate building the way I dress, because like everyone's in.
How do you dress? You're talking your work. Did you wear this to work today?
Dude, yeah, like I'm not even kidding. I'm always me, bro. Like, and the thing is, it's allowed because they want you to express your personality, who you are. They don't want to. So if you want to come dressed, I guess formal, then you can.
Yeah, or and if you don't want to come at all.
Or if you don't want to come over,
that's
and
you,
that's a
man,
beauty.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I can work it from home.
No, that's cool. No, it's good because because I knew you were wanting to kind of like shift away from the gel blasting industry. Like shit, there's industries I work in which I'm kind of trying to distance myself in. So
yeah, I mean, it's not. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's not that I want to completely distance myself. I will re-engage back into that community at a later date. I just feel right now that I've done it for 4 or 5 years, and I just need a break from it. And once I'm ready, I'll go in. But I want to go in as me, as a vlogger. I'm going to bring back all that sort of stuff again. But for now, I'm just chilling.
Yeah, well, that's good. No, I think you should go back to it. I definitely don't think you should completely remove it from your look, because you still enjoy it. So I think just not having like the let's say like the corporate overhead of you and just being yourself.
And that's it. I'm just going to go in, be myself. Whether people actually still want to engage with me or not, that's a different story. But I'm going to go back and give it a crack, because the sport is fun. It is.
Yeah. One of the things that we wanted to, well, I guess the reason why we're doing a pod today was we're just coming off the tail end of UFC 293, and we have Strickland as is middleweight? Is it middleweight?
Yeah. Oh,
middleweight.
Man, that fight was.
It was really. Yeah.
Literally just that. Oh man.
Like, he was so we'll just burst the bubble. So I was there when it happened, but when it was kind of like over, it was the same with Ty. When you kind of knew that it was over, it was just, it wasn't silent, because obviously you're in a fucking arena, but it was quiet. Like you could, it was not good. And but with Strickland, when he won, it was pretty eruptive. Like people, it felt like a lot of people were going for Strickland more than Izzy.
Yeah, I mean, look, if truth be told, I was going for Izzy. I even betted on Izzy on my multi, but obviously I didn't get.
How far into the multi did you get?
2 fights.
Oh,
so it was the prelims. That last prelim, what was that guy's name? Umberto or something, or Umbert or something, and then it was the Brizzy guy.
Oh, yeah.
That was such an amazing knockout.
That was really good.
I was raving. And then I betted for Ty to win, even though Ty was not Ty, Ty to win. But he was the underdog in that fight. But I thought, nah, he was on the underdog with what's that guy's name? That big dude that he fought and he beat it. Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot.
No, this guy is a separate guy you're talking
No,
about.
this is a separate guy. But like I always back Ty because he was always the underdog and he just steamrolls through people.
Is this his third?
This is his third consecutive loss.
That's a bit.
Yeah.
That's a bit.
So it's a bit. How do you do sort of thing? I hope that he goes back down to the prelims to work his way back up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know what? Like, I think if they do another Aussie card, like a card in Australia, they might put him on the main card. Maybe.
I mean, he's still a massive draw.
Yeah. Well, he was on a fight night like a year ago, I think. So, and that was coming back from like a main event. So he's been on the main events and he's gone back to the fight night. Yeah. So it's not even, maybe prelims is a little bit too much, but definitely maybe like a fight night. A fight night would be good. Yeah.
So, I mean, look, I just hope they still keep him around because I don't want to see him to go to another promotion. Like, I mean,
I don't think he will.
I mean, look, I mean, technically, you've got that other promotion one that is like absolutely rising.
One,
yeah.
Which one's that?
Isn't it One FC, the one that's
It's not Habib's one, is it?
No, that's the one.
That's Eagle. I
no,
think.
that's the Asian one. The one that's like.
Oh yeah.
The one that's got like Mighty Mouse, isn't it? And
yeah.
All the other cats.
Is that the one where that dude on YouTube?
Yeah.
He made the documentary. Yeah.
But
right. Okay. I don't think so. I don't think he'll go to there. I think the UFC is it's.
Yeah, I mean the UFC is where it's at. But yeah, so I got up to that Brizzy dude.
Yeah. Okay. One of the guys I went with, he had a multi on and he lost. Like I think around the same time, he didn't get too far. Sorry for the
cops,
fire brigade or
fire
ambulance. But so I had the pleasure of going to my first UFC event in Sydney with UFC 293. I was gonna give a shout out to a guy that I went with, AJ. He's the one who like organized the whole thing, and he's the one who did it. So I went and I actually have a podcast coming out with him and Sam Young. We're just waiting for the file to come through. So once that's here, we'll put it up. I'll probably put this up as a like a reaction to the thing. It was fucking. I'm just gonna say, man, it was fucking mind blowing. It was fucking insane.
Look, let's tell the people why it wasn't mind blowing because I mean, I'm not gonna lie, you experienced something that not a lot of people get to experience.
Yeah. So I'll just tell the whole story. So we didn't know if we were going to be sitting where we were sitting until like 24 hours before the, I guess like maybe a couple days before the actual event. Because we went into the press conference and we just sat normally, and then we went to the weigh-ins. And the weigh-ins had like,
So that press conference was insane.
It was all right.
That little
that dude
fella
throwing a fucking water bottle into the crowd.
Oh god! I mean, that kid is something's wrong with that kid. I mean, even after he
slur at the end.
That slur in the end. I mean, whoa! And DC's face.
I didn't see it.
When he pulled the mic, as soon as he said that slur, I was like, oh, man, that's crazy.
So I didn't see. So I heard what he said, but I wasn't looking at what DC did. I didn't see his reaction until I rewatched it. Yeah, that was fucked. Yeah, and there was two F bombs that night. I think.
Was it?
Yeah, I think it happened twice.
Oh, okay.
I might be wrong, but I feel like I heard it twice.
Yeah, I only heard of that one time, but I mean,
good on DC for trying to rip it away.
Oh, like no. I mean, you had to.
Yeah.
Like, but
the UFC didn't tell him to apologize. So Dana came out at the press conference afterwards and said that wasn't us, that was him.
Yeah.
So probably saying.
Yeah, exactly. And he did apologize, but I mean.
Still fucking dweeb, though.
Well, look, I'm not going to lie. When I saw his apology in that press conference, it wasn't sincere.
I didn't see it. I just saw his little message he put up on Instagram.
He did it in the press conference, the post-fight press conference, and, he had his glasses on. He even had a little smirk after he said it, like that he apologized.
So it wasn't very sincere.
No, it wasn't sincere at all, man. Like, the dude is like he's got like little man syndrome, eh? I mean, I'm a short guy. I'm actually the same height as him too.
Oh, really?
Yes, I'm 5'5". Okay.
He looked very awkward in the post fight interview. He was like, Like just his stance, it was just bizarre. Just the way he was
Yeah.
standing. When DC pulled away, like fuck off.
Yeah, it's a little. But I mean, shit, dude. Like, dude's got issues.
Yeah,
But the guy that he was fighting, Dos Santos, he looked amazing.
he did. Yeah, I thought he had it. I really thought he had it for the majority of the fight.
Sorry, I didn't mean to drag you off from the subject at hand. You were talking about the when you got to the press conference and
Well, yeah. So the press conference was fine, is what it. We just went, but then we went to the weigh-ins, and there's like an area where there's like the VIP seating, and AJ, the guy that I was with, he was like, you know what, I think we could sit there, and I'm like, really? And he's like, because he was like, I don't know where we're sitting, but I'm pretty sure we've got good seats on the Sunday of the day of the event. Let's just go and ask. So we went straight to the VIP lounge.
wow.
And we were like, hey, we've got this. We don't have any tickets, but this is our seats for the main car. Sorry, on the actual day, are our names anywhere? And the guy said no, we don't. But I can see what kind of tickets you have. So if you'd like to come back, if there are spare, we'll think about giving you some. And then we went back to our seats, and then we came, and then AJ went back to see if we could sit there, and he gave us a call. So as soon as we saw the phone ring, so I went back to sit with Sam. As soon as we saw the phone ring, we're like, okay, we're on.
Yep.
And we sat down, we got into like the VIP area, which was really nice. But AJ said to me, like, when he went back to get the tickets, the guy who was said, yep, we'll take you. He asked AJ, how'd you get Zuffa tickets? Zuffa tickets is the tickets that we got.
Zuffa tickets is what you want because that's the corporate like.
Zuffa tickets you can't buy.
No.
Yeah. So when AJ said it the whole time, like the whole time I've known AJ, he's like, they are priceless tickets, and I thought like, oh, okay, they're like that good that they're priceless, but they are legitimately priceless.
Yeah.
You can't buy it. And yeah, he asked like how he got it, and he said that he knows Dana and stuff, and they've just done a few things together, and yeah, like as soon as we knew that, we're like, okay, well that's like we're on.
Insane.
Yeah, so we were. It was just bizarre, man, and like I actually thought the weigh-ins was way better than the press conference because they had the weigh-ins and then they had the Q&A directly after with like Justin Gaethje and John Anik and stuff like that. It was fucking awesome. It was really cool. And then like the day of the event, AJ knocks on my door. He was fucking hung over and he was like pretty dusty, but the show goes on. I was like, okay, let's roll. We're hoping to bring the camera, but unfortunately we didn't get permission. No one got permission. No one could bring a camera in, which was fair. We just because we'd filmed so much off the camera and stuff on our phones, like, okay, we'll take it on the chin. We'll just do the rest on the phone. And there was no back entrance or anything. We just went to the straight up the ticket office at the front of the arena, and they initially didn't have our tickets at first. They were taking a while to look for it. They looked in one box, couldn't find it. Bring out an envelope, couldn't find it. And AJ turned around at one point. He's like, "I think we might be in trouble, boys."
Oh, dang.
And we're like, "Oh no!" And then they pulled out another envelope, and it was there. AJ showed the ID. And yeah, they asked, is everyone here? Because you can't, if someone else is coming, they can't get these. Like, no, this is everyone. So they put some wristbands on us and they just directed us where to go. And we just went through the normal entry, down the normal stairs. And then literally we walked like through the arena, like down the seating area until he hit the barricade. And then we just showed them the bracelets. And then they let us through. And they just said, go find your fucking seats. And we're like, oh, okay. So like we walked like to the wrong side of the arena, of the octagon. And we walked past Ryan Williams, I think his name is, from Nitro Circus.
Wow.
Yeah, and like he knows, he remembered AJ and Sam from the Perth card. So like they shook hands. I shook hands with him. And I'm like, hey, how's it going, man?
That's cool.
Yeah, so he was there with his missus. We didn't know where we were seating, so we walked past Ryan again.
Yeah,
and he's like, "Lost your seats, boys." And we're like, "We don't know where the fuck we're sitting." And then we eventually got to like the other side, found our seats, sat down, and yeah, we were just cool. And then we had a lady come up and just asked how everything's going and if everything's all good. We're like, "Yep." And then she directed us to the Zuffa lounge. So we walked like, there was like, once you get into that area, there's like an area that goes into one of the main entrances. And that's where the Zuffa Lounge is. And every time you entered and exited, you needed to show your wristbands. Like if you walked in without doing it, they'd stop you. And you're like, oh shit. So we did that. They had a whole buffet, like full, like for breakfast. So they had breakfast food to start us off with. So I think I just grabbed like some fruit and some a water. And then we headed back out to the octagon. I think in total I spent probably less than 15-20 minutes back there because I didn't want to spend too much time at the Zuffa Lounge. I wanted to be at the octagon.
So give us this perspective for people who are never going to be able to, experience this. Who was in the Zuffa Lounge? Is it okay to ask? Like,
yeah. So, but when we first went in, no one was there. It was us and like maybe 6 other people. When we were eating our breakfast, like when we just grabbed some food to get there, Ryan came in with his missus, and then they have TV set up, so they just went over and just sat down, and so they could still watch the fight but just eat some food.
Yep.
That's actually when Nina came in, Nina Drama from so she walked in, and I sent AJ a message a couple of days before we went to it. I'm like, my goals for the weekend is to get a selfie with Nina.
And you did.
And she walked in, I didn't want to bug her or anything, but like she went over and grabbed a drink or something, and she put something in the bin. And like as she was walking past, I was polite. I was like, "Hey Nina, do you mind if I just grab a quick selfie?" And she was like, "Oh, of course." And the lighting was shit. The lighting was terrible. She was like, "Oh my god, we need to get good lighting." And then we took one photo. She hated it. She deleted it. And then I just put the flash on my phone, and that was fine.
Yep.
I was just like, "Thanks, enjoy the rest of your day." And she was like, "Oh, thank you." And that was it. I didn't talk to her for the rest of it.
It's funny because when you mentioned Nina, like I saw her Instagram story in terms of when Strickland won.
Yeah, she freaked out.
And I mean, it's clear as day she did not like Adesanya because she was all like, yes, American, apple pie eating motherfucker just won, yay, and she was like all repping that.
Yeah.
So I was like,
what I read was this could be completely wrong, but like she was one of the few people that really were pushing for Strickland. She's the one who went out of her way to do like a funny style interview with him. So she obviously supports him.
She sees him, sees something in him.
Yeah. So that was really nice.
Because I see how she also interacted with Ty, and like she had a message from Jorge Masvidal.
Nina did.
Yeah, Nina did, and sent, it was on her phone, and she showed Ty the message because Ty's a huge Masvidal fan, and it was really cool to see. Like you could see that Ty was really, I guess not starstruck, but he really appreciated the gesture.
Yeah,
which was really cool.
Yeah, so it was it was really sweet meeting. But after I got the selfie, I'm like, okay, I'm not talking to you for the rest of the day, and not because I didn't want to. I'm like, I do not want to. Yeah. And then we headed out back to the octagon, and we sat down. We sat in our seats, and there was, I don't know who he was, but I just know there was like an NBA player on like the far right of AJ. Oh, you can get it down if you want.
She's just chilling.
Okay. Sorry, Messi's just jumped on the couch.
That's all good.
And found out he makes like 20 million a year, so that was pretty fucking wild. And then AJ goes, "Oh, dude, who are you sitting? Who's on your name?" And I looked to my left, and it said Michael Philippou, and I was like, "No fucking way."
The one guy or the one crew that I've been I've been searching and scouring and trying to get contact details because I remember how I told you I spoke to him once?
Yeah.
I would love to get that guy contact details so we could have him on the pod.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't remember what his mate's name. I think it was Remy or someone. So he was there, and then one of their other mates, and like obviously I know who they are.
Yeah.
And like Michael sat down, and then I didn't talk to them. So Michael sat down, and then Danny showed up like half an hour later.
Yeah.
And I didn't talk to them for like 3 hours. Like I literally walked past them to go to the toilet, get more drinks, come back. They were in the Zuffa Lounge as well. Like everyone was back there. Like it was literally everyone had access to it. And I thought to myself, like, I can't not say something to them because I've looked up to these guys like for years, and I thought, you know what, I'll just say something when they're not doing much. And like it was pretty quiet, and I just leaned over to Michael. And I was like, "Hey man, just want to say congratulations on Talk to Me." And I think it was like, "Oh shit, man, thank you." And I think he was a little bit taken back, the fact that like I've been sitting next to him for so long and I hadn't said anything. And he was like, "Oh, he actually does. Yeah, he's seen the movie." And they leaned over, shook Danny's hand, and yeah, just said it was a great film and stuff. And I asked them if they were coming back to do the second one. And the reason why I asked that was sometimes when successful films get sequels announced, the original writers and directors don't return. And like they were allegedly offered the Street Fighter movie, so I'm like, maybe they would go and do that. I'm not too sure.
I don't know. I reckon that's still. I mean,
Might still happen.
Yeah. I reckon the Street Fighter movie is still going to happen. I just think that it'd be silly not to do this first because I think they're still Street Fighter's ages away, man.
Oh yeah. I reckon they'll do. Maybe they might do Talk to Me 3. I don't know. Maybe they just wanted it as 2 parts, but yeah. And then they just said they were working on 2 drafts, so I can imagine they're not doing it at the moment because of the strikes.
Yeah.
And then Michael just asked what I do, and I was like, do videography, studied film school in Brisbane, and here I am. So didn't ask for a selfie, didn't ask for a job or anything. I just wanted to say hey to them, and so and that was it. Like we just let them enjoy their day and stuff. So
that was cool, man. Because I mean, I guess that's why. I mean, I'm once again, it's an assumption, but I'm assuming that they would have appreciated the fact the way that you handled that, due to the fact that I guess they're so accustomed to people fanboying over them. I mean, I
saw someone in the Zuffa Lounge. I think he was a fan. I think he took. I'm pretty sure they got a photo with him. Yep. So they probably don't have an issue with it. I see it as like, I may, because I do still would love to get into the film industry.
Yep.
I don't want to start off my first relationship with someone who's actually in the industry with a fucking selfie. Yeah. So you never know. Like maybe and hopefully one day I'll work with them. But that's what I mean.
So. You handled that situation perfectly, I think.
Yeah. So maybe we'll bump into each other again someday. Yeah. So actually, no, we'll manifest it because I fucking manifested myself into this fucking situation.
You did, and I mean, and that's the thing. Like, geez, you and I, we have so many conversations away from the camera when we talk about manifestation, and that's such a powerful thing.
Yeah. I'll just jump back real quick just before I tell the rest of the story. When we did the pod in Sydney on the Thursday when we first got in, the one that's still to come out. So if you're watching this before, this probably doesn't make much sense. But I said, I said to Gilly, and it was the Perth card. It was I was thinking about it today. It was the Perth card that I said to you, like, I can see myself being. Oh, sorry, no, I wouldn't be surprised if we were in the same room as Dana White in the next year. Yep. And then I said in the pod, because it was Thursday, I was like, obviously that's not going to happen this time because Dana's not here. And then Dana showed up at the fucking weigh-ins, and then I was filming it, and I freaked out, man. Like, not because it was like, oh my God, it's Dana White, because obviously that was part of it, but I was just thinking, I fucking said this in
exactly.
Yeah. So life's really funny, man.
Yeah, no, look, you really did stay there. I remember when you said it, that we were going to be in the same room as Dana, and I'm just happy that you were the one that was in that room, because I've said this off camera, you've worked your ass off to get to that point, and if anyone deserved that type of experience, it would have been you, 100%, hands down.
Yeah, but I gotta put it out to.
And I mean, AJ. Yeah, I was gonna say, and that's another guy I'm dying to meet as well, because like
I'd love for you guys to meet. Like maybe we can do some stuff like content wise.
Like content wise, he seems like a real creative dude, so that'd be cool.
Yeah. So, and then after that, man, like I'm trying to think about what else happened. We accidentally met. We were not rude, but we were at the bar, and AJ was like, "Where the fuck can we get some Howlerhead?" And then one of the guys next to us said, "Oh, he's the guy that asked. He owns the thing." And we're like, "Oh."
You met the CEO?
Didn't I tell you that? Yeah. The CEO of Howlerhead turned around and he heard us, and we're like, "Listen," Shit. And he was like, "Listen, I don't even know." and he explained that, like, oh, dude, fucking Christ. Sorry about that.
Just heard God, let's hope it doesn't crash. Anyway,
and I can't remember how he knew there's a stock issue in Australia, and it's not an issue per se, but he said one of the companies, it might have been Dan Murphy's or something, they bought all the stock, so there's none left to go anywhere else, and that's it. That's the wow. So there will be more stock coming in, but yeah, I am surprised they didn't have Howlerhead back there though. We went all over Sydney looking for Howlerhead, and we could not find a single bottle. just because we wanted to have it in the background for the podcast we did.
Yeah. Because I was gonna say you don't drink anymore.
No, but it would have been just
It's
like
a bit of nice aesthetic. Yeah.
And like a bit of a thank you to Dana. That's what it was. And then that happened, and Luke, Chris Hemsworth's PT, was walking around as well. I didn't say hi to him or anything, and just there.
Yeah, no, because what you didn't see from what I saw, I mean, I'm assuming
you saw Shami in that.
Yeah, I was gonna say because like there was so many Aussie celebrities I saw. Yeah, Shami and his brother was there. Obviously Volkov. I mean, like these are UFC fighters. There was a few there. You had Nathan Cleary as well. He was there. So yeah, you were around some pretty high level people, man. So
it was just it was a surreal experience. I was thinking, I'm like, the bar's been set pretty high.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and we've AJ, like whenever there's AJ doesn't like. He can't say to me, "Oh, I've got access to these tickets." He's not like that, and he just doesn't. But we already want to go to the next one, so we're crossing our fingers they come back within the next year.
Man,
we'll definitely be going back.
I tried so hard to get tickets for this one, and like I'm gonna explain that because this guy's been trying. You were trying to get me to get tickets even at the last minute, and the issue is that at first no tickets were available. Like when they got released, I didn't. I thought I signed up to the Fight Pass. I didn't. Yeah. So that was a big mistake because I would have gotten tickets then. And then the amount of people scamming afterwards, man. Rough. I genuinely like had 3 or 4 people trying to scam me to buy tickets. I was like, nah.
Yeah, I remember being at my cousin's wedding like 2.5 months ago, and I spoke to a chick, and I don't actually know if it became a scam, but it felt very scammy. Because I was trying to get tickets for you. So I don't. Yeah, it just felt very.
But next time around, I've already signed up for the UFC pass, Fight Pass. So then that way, I can get those all those pre-sale tickets. I don't want to miss out. No way.
I mean, Melbourne's not New South Wales, is it?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I was just about to say.
That's Victoria.
Yeah, I was just about to say if they do come back to. Australia. Obviously, like if it's in Sydney, we'll go to Sydney.
Well, I mean, the next 3 ones are in Sydney.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. That's what I was like, is Melbourne? Yeah. But what do you call it? But I would love to go to Melbourne. I'd love to do like Marvel Stadium.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, in the press conference, somebody asked Dana if they were going to come to Brisbane, and Dana's reaction was,
which, mind you,
I found it funny.
He's got hearing issues. That's why he's always, not even just that guy, he's always asking other people to repeat the question if he doesn't hear it, because he's got hearing.
I just found it funny the way he responded to Brisbane. We'll eventually go. You know, because like you said, you know, they want to go everywhere.
There's a lot of places.
Yeah, exactly. But regardless, still having 3 UFC events coming to Australia still. I mean,
it's fucking awesome.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's not that expensive to get down to, interstate, especially if you're flying to like Sydney, which is like an hour away.
No, but mind you, I never pay for my check-in. My carry-on. And they finally called me in Sydney. I saw the dude and the chick walking around with the scale on wheels. I'm fucking keeping my distance from you. And then the line started moving. I'm like, sweet. And then I tried to hide from them. And then as I'm walking up, they're like, hey, bro. And I was like, fuck. And then, because I did pay for checked-in luggage for that flight, but I didn't use it. And I said to him, I'm like, oh, hey, man, I should have paid luggage. And he goes, you got paid checked in, not paid carry-on. I'm like, what's the fucking difference? I didn't use it. But I'll give him the benefit of that. He halved. It was like 60. It was supposed to be 120. So he cut the price in half, so shout out. But at the same time, I didn't use it. So why couldn't you just go?
That's what I mean. So essentially you paid for something that you didn't use and then had to pay half for something else.
Yeah, what the fuck, Jetstar?
I wasn't gonna name them, but you know what? Name and shame, I guess. Screw you, Jetstar, for ripping people off.
I don't know. It was.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, look, he didn't have to do that, so props to the guy, I guess. But
Yeah, I'll know for next time. But like Sydney Airport's quite confusing. Like if you're calling an Uber, you need to walk like 10 minutes to like a pickup area. Because I called two Ubers.
Yeah.
And I had no idea where they were. Thankfully, the second guy was more patient with me.
I kind of feel like Melbourne's airport's the same, Tullamarine, but
Yeah.
yeah. But
Yeah, it was very cold as well. Like I packed a jacket just in case it was cold. I didn't know if it was going to be, and then I got there. I'm like, it's fucking freezing here. So, yeah, that's pretty much the experience, man.
Oh, you got to experience something else though.
What?
That you've been dying once again about manifestation. Because I remember you and we had a chat.
I actually have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh,
Just tell me. Just fucking tell me.
We had a chat about manifesting that you wanted to do like a road trip or something just for a particular restaurant.
Oh, you're talking about Five Guys.
Exactly. I mean,
Like, yeah, but that wasn't like that's not manifestation.
what? Oh,
It's more like, hey, I wanted to. We're gonna make a video where we drive to Sydney just to try Five Guys,
yeah.
and then drive back.
It is manifestation if you think about it, because like most people say, yeah, we're gonna do it, and they don't end up doing it. You ended up doing it.
I ended up doing it, but I wasn't. Yeah, it was just something I wanted to try. But now that video is kind of pointless now.
Not really, because I'm gonna do a particular video of that sort of similar stuff, but it won't be for Five Guys.
Yeah, I mean, if I was to compare Five Guys to anything, it'd be Betty's Burgers.
Betty's Burger.
Betty's Burgers is very similar. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was pretty much that was the trip. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, we tried to get into the octagon, because last time AJ went to the Perth card, they let him in. But yeah, they said unless you got an octagon pass, you can't come in. We're like, oh okay, it's the one thing we can't do. Okay, is what it is.
Wow.
But I'm disappointed because I went there wearing my mate's clothing line, Far From Perfect, just so I could be in the octagon, just so I can get a photo and send it to him. And actually, I'll bring up I think I sent it to you, but I sent it to him last night. It was the photo of me in the octagon. Oh no, not me in the octagon. That, and I was like, man, that was the closest I could get. And it's you can't see it, but it's me just sitting in the crowd, and he was like, bro, I can still see the logo. And I'm like, not really. It's kind of pixelated, man.
Like, it's funny though, because every time I was watching the fight, I could just spot you because of not Danny's, Michael's hoodie, his yellow hoodie.
Yeah.
That's how
I mean, fuck, if I wanted a photo, there it is. But
and you obviously did, because you got the red circle around it.
Oh no, I was just pointing it out when I sent that to James. I'm like, yo, there's but that's it, man. It was
I mean, that's a cool experience.
Even when I was there, I said to Sam, I was like, this doesn't feel real. Like, it doesn't feel like I'm there.
Really?
And yeah, and also it goes really, really quickly.
I mean, we spoke about this because I said that. I mean, I felt that card went real quick as well.
You had a lot of early fights that didn't go for very long.
Didn't go for long at all. I mean,
what was that first? Oh, I can't remember his name.
Pedro.
Yeah,
that was a great fight.
Yeah, that was over quickly.
Yeah, that was over real quickly. But I mean, like,
I also think people were more disappointed with Bam Bam. Not disappointed, but really upset that he lost.
Yeah, of course.
That's the one where it was really quiet.
Like, I'll be honest with you, I didn't see the choke. Like, I just saw the guy on top of him. I didn't see him sneaking in that choke, and then
you could tell Ty was fighting it though.
Oh, and
then he just
had to, man. You know, but Ty got rocked a couple of times, man. But then, I mean, at least, see, I'm not a fighter, so I can't talk, and I don't want to. I'm not tearing anyone down, right? Because it takes a lot of guts to get into the octagon. But I just felt with Adesanya's fight, that punch, that rock, like, I mean, after that, I just felt like, you know, Adesanya's will, his fighting spirit,
that was the first round, wasn't it?
That was in the first round. And then the second and third, like, he just...
Nothing changed.
Like, he never changed gears. He was always stuck on that, you know, gear one, just feeling him out. You know, he would answer back a punch here and there.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that typical Izzy sort of flair, you know what I mean? And Strickland was just mean on those jabs.
I just want to look up because I really do want to see his film Stylebender. I just want to see if it's coming to Brisbane. I don't know if it is.
It's going. It's getting shown throughout event cinemas.
Oh, it's not fucking out until the 29th.
Yeah.
Oh, 28th. But yeah.
But and then that post press conference, he only said a few things and then had his coach answer the rest.
I was just about to say that he said win or lose. I was going to make this short. I have a feeling it might have been a little bit longer if he won. But yeah, man, he's taking it like a champ. No pun intended.
No, look, I mean, Strickland said a lot of stuff about him in regards to, he's not an honourable champ, but I always found himself to carry himself in decently. I mean, he has said some wild, he's flamboyant. He says some wild things from time, but I mean, he can back it up though.
You know what? I'm really curious, and I guess depending on how long he keeps the belt for, I want to test something. Because you see this bit of an ego flare up when these guys become champion. Like you saw Izzy. Izzy's probably been the most chill with it, but there's still an ego there. You've got Connor, who's just fucking Connor. Yeah. And then there's O'Malley as well. Sean's the first one where he's just a normal bloke who's just become a champion. He's even said that, the belt means nothing. The cars mean nothing. Let's see if he keeps that up. And let's see if he keeps. I mean, hey, if he becomes champion.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, no, not becomes. Fuck me, Jesus Christ, sorry. Someone's just trying to call me. That just fucked my whole train of thought. I got to respond to this. But what I'm trying to get at is I'm going to be curious to see if their skills and style keeps up, because when these guys become champions and the egos flare up, they do start to dwindle a bit.
That's because they start believing their own hype, you know what I mean? And that, I guess, what would be the right word? That fire that fuels them just kind of starts diminishing a bit, because, I mean, if you think about it, before they became champion, they were hungry. When you're champion, you're well fed. You know what I mean? Yeah, so, I don't know, but I mean, look, Strickland. I can't see Strickland getting an ego per se. But time will tell.
I
mean, I'm wanting to see the rematch.
Yeah, so that was one of the things when we walked out. There was some of the guys that I went with. They were talking about whether there's going to be a rematch, and a lot of them said that they don't think it will. And the reason why was because they gave Izzy the immediate rematch with Piera. He obviously got the belt back, but he's just lost it in the next fight. And even DC said that he thinks the division needs to move on for a bit. I think the rematch needs to happen.
Yeah, I think so.
And even Dana said, I guess we need to do the rematch. Yeah. It just makes sense. And if obviously he loses, move on from there.
That's the thing. I think that if he loses the rematch, then they have to move on within the division. They have to.
Who's next? Because it can't be Pierre. He's in a different weight class now.
Oh, jeez.
I actually don't even know who it is.
Yeah.
But, it's...
Look, I'm sure there's fight fans that are probably going to watch this thing like, oh, we know it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, geez, what else has been going on since... I mean, don't get me wrong. That's a freaking crazy experience that you experienced.
Which, by the way, I know I keep on saying, but shout out to AJ. We'll see what happens in the future. Maybe do some stuff with him. Might be able to bring him on for the next one, but no promises. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, thank you.
Yeah, because what was the name of the of his pod?
Well, it's not his pod.
The
it's my fucking pod. I'm just kidding. No, so when we did our podcast in Sydney, AJ's wanting to develop a series called One Day, and I'll explain what One Day is. He wants to basically do one day with. /1 day at, and basically show people what it's like to be with certain people. And I think he's wanting to dial in on people in the UFC. I know he's trying to make One Day with Dana White happen. And I think he was trying to, we didn't meet Dana in Sydney. I think he really wanted to. But I know he wants to do that. He's going to try, I think he's going to ask because he's got direct contacts with them.
I mean, we're cool to mention this, right?
I was just about to say, I actually have no idea if I'm allowed to. I'll bleep it. I'll bleep
it. We'll do an impulsive. Do an impulsive. Just bleep the names.
Yeah. So he's just wanting to do one day. Fuck me. He's wanting to do one day with just cool people, but people in the UFC.
Yes, I think that's a fucking awesome idea.
Yeah.
Like it really is a fucking awesome idea.
Yeah.
Because
But what I said to AJ was like, yeah, if to work with the UFC on even on that level, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
But we need to do our own content. We need to do our own shit. And then I sent him a message last night. I'm like, the UFC needs to be like the cherry on top, man. It's kind of, I guess it's kind of like what Nina does, but I guess over the course of one day.
I mean, there are so many. I mean, look, yeah, the UFC would be amazing, right? And it makes sense for him. But, you know, he can tap in. If he's tapping into the UFC, he can tap into, you know, other fight promotions like, you know, in Australia, you know, boxing. I mean, shit, I would love to see, like, you know, a day in the life of Tim Tszyu.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or,
that'd be cool, actually.
yeah, that'd be sick. A day in the life.
Where's he based?
I'm gonna
Brisbane.
No, I'm definitely.
Definitely not fucking Brisbane.
I mean, look, I love Brisbane. I'm not rocking it. I'm not dissing, I should say, but man, no, hardly anyone's in Brisbane.
Yeah, but mind you, man, I'm not. I like Sydney to visit. I could never fucking move there.
Nah, it's crazy, eh?
It's
like it's so massive.
It's massive and it's spread out.
Paced.
It's fast paced. It's just packed.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
I just remember even being in Melbourne, and I got I got an anxiety attack just being in the city, man. It just feels so claustrophobic, and like I don't know.
I didn't realize how bad the homeless scene is in Sydney.
Is it bad?
There's homeless people on the street, yeah. Like there's people with beds and blankets. It's actually really sad. It was a bit of a shock to me because I didn't know about it until I got them like, oh.
We've got homeless people in Brisbane, and they're all over in the Queen Street Mall.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen.
I mean, I don't go to the city much. The one time I've seen someone homeless in Brisbane was like 3 years ago, and it was under where the bridges connecting to Queen's Wharf.
No, there's quite a few homeless now, man. Especially in the Queen Street Mall, you see them. I mean, we're not at that Los Angeles stage where literally like there are streets upon streets upon streets upon streets of.
What's that? Yeah, that main street in LA.
No, you're talking about Skid Row.
Skid Row, yeah, that's rough.
No, but I mean, in the downtown, it's ridiculous. But I mean, we're not there yet.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, like.
It was just a bit of a shock to me. That's all. I was like, oh.
I mean, think about it. Shit's getting tough out there for people. You know, it's.
I mean, fuck, I saw someone steal from Coles the other day.
Yeah, I mean.
Rough.
Yeah.
It was fucked though, because she pretended to be reading the newspaper, and I'm like, she walked up to it and immediately started reading it. I'm like, how did you even know what was on the front cover for one? And then she just walked. And I said to the staff member at checkout, I was like, did she just steal? And she's like, yeah.
It's funny you say that because I just heard today that Cole's implementing body cameras as well now to try to deter shoplifters. Because I mean, the amount of apparently
body cameras, what, on staff?
On staff, yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, just to because they're trying to deter the rise of shoplifting because it's insane apparently. But what do they expect, man? With the we're not getting paid that much, and the rise of cost of living is through the roof.
Yeah. What's that cheap place at Richlands?
Oh, Fresh and Safe.
Fresh and Safe, yeah. I was thinking about going over there.
Dude,
have a bit of a look.
You want to know where's the best place to go? And they've even showed it on TV. If you want cheap and decent quality meat and fresh vegetables, go to Inala Civic Center. Because the outdoor Asian markets and the butchers there, dude, cheap as chips. And the quality is good. What?
Brother, cheap as chips.
Shut up, you. But it's true though. I'm not lying. And now that particular shopping center is every weekend it's getting packed by people visiting all over from Brisbane because it was shown on the news that to be the cheapest.
I think I've seen that. I don't know if it was that. It might have been that, but I have seen something on the news about hey, there's a super cheap place to grab.
Yeah, it's enough. I'm not lying because there's a lot of the Asian fruit stores and vegetable stores. I mean, they all grow that shit in the around the area, so that's why they can harvest everything and they can sell it at really crazy prices.
Okay,
So
that's cool.
there you go. There's a hot tip for you if you live in
head to
Brisbane.
Anala.
Yeah, man.
Shit. Yeah, I don't even know what else has been going on.
Oh, dude. Oh, come on, let's face it. I don't want to give it too much light, but man, that Logan Paul and Danny Dennis feud has been crazy over the internet.
Yeah. What do you call him, Danny?
Is it Danny? No, it's
Dylan.
Dylan. Fuck, yeah, let's call him Danny.
Yeah. Listen,
old
it's a
age.
bit rough.
Did you hear the latest? How Nina
has got a lawsuit.
Yeah, a massive one.
And I don't know, man. It's I think Kyle said this on the Full Send pod as well. It's apparently like it's not that Dylan's posting photos that aren't already online because they are online. It's just, I guess it's kind of harassment to be doing nothing but that. It's a hate. I haven't read any of the documents, but I'm guessing it might be a semi-hate lawsuit. Like, there's a name for it. I can't remember what it's called.
It's
harassment.
Yeah, it is. It's straight. I mean, like, yeah, if he was just going ahead and just showing, photos that are already on the internet, fine. But he's also fabricated, photos, so it's more than just that. So it is harassment plus this supposed, video or photo that will end everything. I mean, if it's true, that's a what was it?
I was thinking
is it a sex crime or something like not a sex crime? Yeah. It's the violation of showing content without consent.
Yeah. I'm wondering if he's already posted it and it's one of the things that's already been debunked.
Well, it was like he posted like a video supposedly
of the tattoo.
Yeah, and that was debunked.
Yeah, I'm wondering if because Andrew Tate saw something, he said, I've seen it and it's real. I'm wondering if it's just one of those and it's not actually a thing.
Who knows? But
it is fucked. I mean, what's your thoughts on everyone saying, oh, you got to leave Nina,
leave her alone?
No, as in like, no.
Oh, Logan leaving.
Leave.
I mean, look, I think that's stupid. I think it's stupid. Like, why is it that, it's such double standards, right? Like, in terms of everyone has a body count. Who cares who has more? Like, I mean, at the end of the day, we're all human. Why should we have to judge a woman, and why does a woman have to have a lower body count than a man? Like, it's ridiculous.
No, it is true.
Like, I mean, I think if you're an adult, you're allowed to do whatever you want as long as there's consent and, both parties are cool with it, then sweet, go right ahead, go crazy, go rampant. Who gives a shit? Yeah. Like, I don't think we have to hold certain people to a certain standard while the other side, can do as they fucking please.
I won't say who it was, but someone actually said they think Nina's going to leave Logan because she's probably going to get sick of it. She's like, I can't fucking deal with this. That's also a possibility. Yeah, I mean, hey, I hope they have a great, they seem to have a great, lovely relationship. Yeah. But that is just someone, I don't really have an opinion on it. I do think him posting it's fucked. I also do think it's great promotion for the fight.
Cool. But then, with this lawsuit and everything, will the fight really even happen? I don't think so. I don't know. I've got a feeling that this fight's going to get cancelled.
I hope not, because it's going to be...
Because no one
really going to be the prime card then.
Well, that's what I'm... Well, this is the thing. It's not even the main event. It's the co-main event. And no one gives a crap about I mean, I'll be honest with you. I've got much love for KSI and Tommy Fury, but no one gives a shit about this fight. Like, there's not enough buzz for the main card.
Yeah. The press conference, the first one, was fucking funny with John Fury. Fury is not the best fighter, and he just fucking destroys the stage. Surely that would have been planned. Surely it would have been. Or John, you got to fuck the stage up when you're done.
Yeah, I want to watch this the Zone face to face meet with Dylan and Logan though. Because there's been a lot of funny...
The video?
Yeah.
Did you see the one where Logan fucked with Dylan?
Yeah, the AI.
Like, I'm actually a bitch.
Yeah, I'm actually a bitch,
yeah. My insecurities, that's why I thought. And drink pine. And he's like, when I met Connor, I let him hit. Yeah. That was good. And even Dylan retweeted that and said, this is funny.
Funny, yeah.
So...
You got to give it up to Logan, man. It was funny. It was funny.
So...
But yeah, I mean, jeez. So many... like, honestly, there's been a lot that's happened since since the Chong.
Even
process.
Chong's, yeah, it's been that long
Um,
since we've done an episode. Chong has spoken to Gilly and said, "When's the next episode?"
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
Bumped into him.
Yeah, we bumped into him. I mean, that dude is yeah. Shout out to Chong and the team at Oizo Oi because they just today launched their
What is it?
Oizo Oi.
Say it again.
Oizo Oi.
I thought it was Azoyoi.
No, it's Oizo Oi.
Azoyoi.
Azoyoi.
Yeah, that's how I thought it was.
No, it's always. Look, I'm not gonna even say it anymore. But yeah, look, and not only that, he's got this cool. Because I ordered a shirt. He's got like this retro, bootleg Chong and Lee shirt that he's made up that you can order. I ordered it because I was like, yeah, I'll support.
Is that the one that I looked at?
Yeah.
That was pretty.
But I can't wait for us to. We gotta get some.
I'll see about that
Zero
this
context.
afternoon. I do feel like Zero Context has been in this loop where it's just the podcast, and we.
It has to be more.
It needs to be more, and it's through no fault but our own. And I think we both need to take accountability for the fact that we haven't pushed to do anything else other than the podcast. Because obviously you can't go into clothing unless you got an audience.
An
and we're
audience,
still trying to grow
exactly.
that.
So yeah, look, because and this is the thing, guys, is that because you and I, when we talk, you always go, well, have you been practicing, your videography? What's going on? You're always on top of that with me, and with me, it's very slowly. I am getting back into it, and I'm trying to, I guess, I'm still trying to find my creative wavelength, if that makes any sense in terms
I think
of,
you need to find your creative style. I think you need to
Yeah.
stretch more. And the reason why I say that is because I do feel like the content you produce is the same kind of content you were producing 4 years ago.
yeah, well, that's it.
It's
And-
the same style, and I don't mean this to be
No.
disrespectful, but I do think you
think-
need to try and change things up and see what you like.
yeah.
Because that's what I did. Like, you've always got to try different things, and I've just figured out what works for me. And but this, I think that's what
No, I and 100% agree with you. And like, unfortunately, and this is why it's taken so long just to even get my my content off the ground, is because you're 100% correct. I don't know. I revert back to that sort of similar point of view when you shoot and everything, and just learning new skills and trying new things is what I'm trying. I mean, like just recently I bought that that Insta 360 camera, so I'm trying to add that into it.
Yeah.
Still
Was that like something you are glad that you got, just out of curiosity?
I'll be honest with you. I do.
Okay.
It's just, I don't know. I like how it shoots. I like the.
I was actually going to ask you if I could take it to UFC. And
You should have.
Well, I'm glad I didn't, because I wouldn't have been able to take it in.
I reckon you would have been able to.
Nah, they had metal detectors at the start.
Ah, okay. Well, I mean, you can borrow whenever you want. I don't care. But I mean, I love the Insta, the X3. That 360 X3 is just mint.
Yeah. It is cool. I will admit, it is kind of cool. The new GoPro got announced as well.
Yeah, I heard that.
So I think my mate Jaden put it up, and he's like, same, but different. And I'm like, yeah, because it does seem very similar.
I mean, a lot of the GoPros are pretty similar, though.
Yeah. I mean, if I wanted, I don't know, it's what it fucking is. But yeah.
I mean, but I look. I think the next, I guess, action camera, if they can just produce an action camera that can shoot in low light, like decently, then you've sold me.
I think, well, DJI has the GoPro. Oh, not GoPro. Fuck, the DJI Action.
Yeah,
I think they're up to number 3 or 4 or something.
but it's still not the best.
No, if you're going with an action camera, I still think you got to go with GoPro. But I like your videography. I still think GoPro needs to stretch and try new things.
Oh, talk about
It's true.
Spotify.
Like,
No,
yeah,
it's true.
that's what I mean. Like the GoPro, yeah, they just, it's the same shit. Like the iPhone 15 is getting announced tomorrow.
Yeah, same shit.
Which, by the way, I'm a Samsung guy, so I don't really. This might not be fucking true, but it's like people have noticed that it's every second year that they really make the big leaps of whatever the fuck they do.
Innovation.
Yeah, innovation. So the years between that are kind of like just slight upgrades with the number thrown at the end. Which, by the way, iPhone 15, I can't believe they're up to 15. That's fucked. I remember using my mum's iPhone 4S in 2011.
Dude, I remember when the first iPhone came out.
Yeah,
I
apparently
had the first iPhone.
apparently they've been, like, if you've got one in original packaging, apparently they're being sold for a pretty penny.
Man, I should have fucking kept it. Damn, I remember that. I remember when the iPhone 2 came out. I got that, and then I think I had that for a while, and then I jumped to the 4. Because the 4 was it was,
Yes, and they called it S because of Siri.
yeah.
And then they came out iPhone SC, I think, or iPhone C. It was the ones with like the multiple colors, the bright colors. They were cool. I had a few friends from school have them. They were neat.
I think my last iPhone was the iPhone 5, and then after that, I stopped with iPhone, and I actually saw the light and joined Samsung.
Well, this is an S20, 2021, 22, 23. This has lasted me 4 years.
I mean, I this one here is the new one, the S20, what is it, 22 or 23? So, and I love this phone, man. It does so much.
Sorry. Funny enough, this guy actually edits for Izzy. He likes your kicks.
He likes my kicks.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Actually, I was just thinking, Max, if you're watching this, I was just thinking, fuck, Max would be cool to have on the...
Yeah. Actually, there is a couple of other dudes that, fighters that I wanted to get on here on this pod as well. So we'll definitely reach out to them and see if we can get them in.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Oh, so he's filmed Izzy getting tats and stuff. So I think he's a videographer for a tattoo company. Where are you based, Max? I think you're Brisbane? Gold Coast? Gold Coast.
Cool.
So, yeah, we'll get you on, man. That'd be cool.
That'd be sick, man. What else? I mean, what else is there? Oh,
You know the podcast is pretty dry when you bring up what else?
what else? I know, right? So I guess, yeah. No, look.
Can't think of anything?
No, I can. Okay, like, for instance, what were your thoughts about probably one of the most hyped movies?
Talk to me.
Yes, talk to me.
Okay, we'll connect to this. Oh, well, not connected, but, considering we're talking about Michael and Danny before,
Yeah.
I fucking loved it. I thought it was one of the most unique horror films in recent memory.
Yeah.
That's the best way. It was very unique, and I thought it was that fucking montage with that song. That's my attempt at fucking doing that song. You know the one I'm talking about, right?
Is this the hip hop song?
I need to bring it up so you know. We won't play it for long because we'll get copyright strike. The montage of them all trying it and the song that's playing.
Isn't that a 1-4 song?
What do you think it's called? I'm going to see what it's called. It's not. What do you call it? What do you say?
Is it by the group 1-4?
No.
Oh, well then.
Are you talking about the song that played at the start of the movie?
That was the one with one. No, there was a couple of 1-4
When the dude's
songs.
walking across the street and then he walks into the house? Because I want to find out what that song is because it's fucking sick.
Isn't that My City with 1-4 that's got Kid Leroy?
I don't know. We'll find out in a
I'm
sec.
pretty sure it is.
I'm talking about this. I think an ad's going to play.
But I mean, as you're finding it, like, I agree with you. I think that for an Australian movie, it was fucking amazing.
Fucking amazing.
No, it was.
Fucking
It was
amazing.
fucking amazing. Like,
Even Messi's like, what the fuck?
like I'll be honest. I do support Australian cinema. However, for me, my top film of all time when it came to Australian cinema was Two Hands, and I think this.
yeah.
And
Is
I
that the
think
one with Heath
Ledger, yeah, and Brian Brown, good old Brian Brown.
What's that line again? Shoddy? Something about
Oh
Shoddy?
yeah, Shorty's a good mate.
Yeah, Shoddy's a good mate.
But in saying that, this was completely different, and it was so fucking unique, and I loved it because it wasn't your typical horror. Like, I don't know. I said this to you. I don't even classify it as horror. I found it more of as a drama.
Would you say thriller?
Yeah, you could call it as a thriller.
I see it more as a
Because like
thriller,
it was
as a drama.
it was a sad story.
Yeah. Okay, if I was to critique anything, and this is me, if I had to fucking critique, is like, why was the girl bullied? Why was she not like why was she not a popular kid? Like, why did people not like her? I would have liked to see that explored a little bit more if I had to pick anything. But this is the song I was talking about.
Oh yeah.
That was fucking. That was sick.
crazy.
That was fucking sick.
I mean,
But beyond that, it was. Yeah, I love how Messi's just been chilling.
yeah, your cat really likes me, man.
She doesn't like a lot of people. She hates my parents. So every time my parents come to visit, she always hisses at them.
Aw.
But there's been other people when they've come here for the first time, Messi will be loving them.
Yeah.
She doesn't like I think she loves everyone but hates very specific people.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, what were we talking about? We're talking about Talk to Me.
I was gonna say that scene where that certain character is in a different realm. You know that.
Are you talking about at the end of the movie?
No. The scene of I don't want to give it away for people who haven't seen it.
Just skip like the next 2 minutes.
Okay, so the scene where the brother's soul.
Oh
yeah. Apparently that was cut. That was like a short little apparently that actual scene it goes on for like 5 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes. That was super, super disturbing.
Yeah.
I mean, because even that little short bit, like you got to admit that was just the color alone showing to depict where he was and the way that was fucked up. That was probably the one image that stuck with me.
Yeah.
But
I think if the image that stuck with me was probably, and it's not even that scary. It's when she's in the hospital and she sees the kangaroo hopping away.
Yeah,
that image stuck with me. That was just sad. That was sad at the start of the movie.
That was an indication of where she was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So yeah, sorry, we'll cut back into non-spoiler now.
Yeah, non-spoiler. But
yeah.
I mean, look, the movie was written just spot on, and God, it was, these guys are on another level.
When I got back from Sydney yesterday, I was telling Alicia that I met Michael and Danny, and she hadn't seen much of their stuff, and I was like, I'm pretty sure they put up a video about them when they first mentioned Talk to Me, and I'm like, oh yeah, it was like 2 years ago, I think. 4 years ago, when they moved to LA with Jackson, and they're like, "This is our script. Talk to me. We're here to shop it around," and that was before it got picked up. Wow. And I could be wrong, but they moved to LA to shop it to producers, and obviously nothing happened. So they came back to Australia, and then Australia picked it up.
They bankrolled quite a lot of it. I think if not almost everything. That's why there's so many. In the beginning of the movie, you'll see so many.
Australian.
Screen Australia. There was so many producers in this that they've got so many logos representing it.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, wow, this is crazy.
Yeah. A lot of people worked on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. Yeah, that was. I'm trying to think about what else, man. Because like there was Talk to Me. I haven't really gone to the movies per se.
Just quickly back to Talk to Me before we jump on to something else. They did state as well that one of the I can't remember exactly which film studio, but they wanted to grab it, but then apparently they were just going to change it where it lost its essence, and they're like, no.
Before they filmed it?
Yeah, this is before they filmed it.
Oh yeah, well the video that I showed Alicia, what do you call it?
I don't know if it was Miramax. I can't remember, but it was definitely a big.
Yeah, no, I do remember them saying these big Hollywood producers wanted to change it, and then they didn't want to do it in Australia. They didn't want to do it with Aussie accents.
What the hell? What just happened there? If you want to end this quickly, we can.
What'd you say? I don't need to hand off.
No, but it's up to you.
But if you need to finish this up really quickly, let's wrap this up, man.
Yeah, if you want, we can.
I don't care.
Shit, where we were at?
Aussie accents.
Yeah.
A lot of Aussie films, when you have the Aussie accent, it just doesn't work. It doesn't sound right. They did a really good job. You don't like it? In films, no. That's why.
Do you mean? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Do you mean American actors trying to portray Australian accents, or Australians just talking like Australians?
Maybe some of the Aussie actors that I've watched, or Aussie films that I've watched, have had poorly acted characters with Aussie accents. That sounds better.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah, because
I was going to say, you got the American, I guess, writers who are trying to use Aussie slang and for them to, I guess, you obviously speak the way they how we speak, but it doesn't come off right.
Yeah.
And that's why I think the first ever, I guess, Aussie accent, Aussie actor that I've seen portrayed is that dude from Mortal Kombat.
Which one?
What's his name? The one that played Kano.
Are you talking about? I never saw the new movie.
Oh, I can't remember this guy's name. I think he's even a Brizzy guy, I think.
But then you got actors like, oh my God, I can't remember. The guy who plays Butcher from The Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's his name?
Keith not Keith.
Carl Urban.
Carl Urban. I want to say Keith, but he's not Aussie. He's New Zealand.
Oh, but he's
Kiwi.
got a fucking Aussie accent.
He's got a Kiwi accent.
Yeah, but when he's playing the Butcher,
No, when
she's on 1, 2, 3, lick my bollocks Avenue.
No, he's trying. That sounds like a
He's
Cockney sort of English accent. Like,
Oh, is it? Oh, I can't remember.
yeah,
Yeah, but like, okay, let's just say that kind of acting with that accent, it works well. Is what I'm trying to get at. And even the mum from Hereditary,
yeah.
she's Aussie. She's a great actress.
Not Kate Blanchett. What's her name?
I don't know, Nicole Kidman, sometimes.
Nah, I don't know about Nicole Kidman.
That's why I said sometimes.
No.
Which, by the way, they announced or revealed the trailer for Aquaman 2 yesterday. The film comes out in less than 100 days. Actually, no, they haven't even released the trailer. They released the teaser trailer. In 4 days, we're going to reveal the trailer.
Can I be honest with you about something in regards to, I guess, superhero movies? That fatigue has set right the fuck in.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like I remember you and I spoke about this before, and I was all excited about Blue Beetle, right? Because it was like,
Did you see it?
no, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, I thought you were keen to see it, man.
I am, but you know,
No, I thought you were going to go support your.
that's what I was gonna say.
What is it?
It was it's the
Your
first,
brother?
yeah, it's the first Hispanic.
Yeah,
Latin,
Hispanic.
yeah.
You were going to say you're going to support your brother. Why didn't you go see it? You said you were so keen for it, and you said
It hasn't been released yet. It hasn't been released yet.
When's it come out in Australia?
I think it's like next week or something.
So if I was to look up on my phone right now, I would not be able to get tickets for it tonight.
No, you'll be able to get tickets. I guarantee you'll be able to get tickets.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in America, it bombed.
Yeah, it made like 50 million or something, didn't it? No. It made more than that. It made more than The Flash.
It made less than Shazam 2.
Maybe you
So-
can. Oh,
But
sorry, in 2 days you can see it.
yeah. So I don't know. It's like I'm kind of starting to get over the superhero stuff. Like, I mean, like I'll get really excited if they announce like there's going to be like a Miles Morales movie.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah, I'm 100% in. Like,
I think it's going to get
Across
worse.
the Spider-Verse was
Yeah.
fucking amazing.
Yeah. But again, that's animated. It's not live action,
Yeah.
which is what the main superhero films are. I think it's going to get worse. And I'm not saying anything about the Marvels.
What do you think about Thunderbolt? Do you think that's going to be?
I think it's a completely unnecessary film.
Yeah.
Like, it...
I mean, I just finished Secret Wars and not Secret Wars.
Secret Invasion?
Secret
Fuck,
Invasion.
I haven't even finished that. I can't.
Yeah.
I mean...
I was hyped for that, but nah.
Okay, let's wrap it up. It's getting dry.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, this is the first one back in a little while. There'll be another pod coming out soon with AJ Cartledge and Sammy Young, which would be cool. And then after that, I don't know. I like these kinds of pods. They're cool.
Yeah, just chin wag with the boys. No, we definitely have some other people lined up. We're working on it as we speak. So yeah, just stay tuned.
Which, by the way, Josh from Patton Media.
He's back in Queensland.
No, he's gone back to.
Oh damn it!
Yeah, no, I think today was his last day.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Josh from Patton Media. Like, I would love to interview that dude.
Is it Peyton or Patton? I think it's Peyton.
Peyton. I'm willing to.
Josh.
Yeah. I'm willing to fly down to Melbourne, man, and chop it up with you, eh? Like, it'd be so cool.
Well, yeah, I got to fly to Townsville to do a pod with Ian Zara. So we're going to fucking go in two different directions. But, yeah, we'll make it happen. We'll do it. And, yeah, hope you enjoy this cheeky little banter episode. Yeah, what were you about to say?
I said, yeah, why not? Like, enjoy it. I don't know. Anyways.
All right, I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.